The regional RUSUMO Falls Hydroelectric Project, RRFHP, is a cross-border project shared by Burundi, Rwanda and Tanzania, three countries that share the basin of Akagera River. The project has two components: the construction of a runoff river hydropower facility with a projected installed capacity of 80 megawatts. The facility will be based at RUSUMO Falls, located on the border between Rwanda and Tanzania. The second phase consists of the installation of two transmission lines totaling 378.2 kilometers. The lines will pass through RUSUMO in Rwanda, Gitega Commune in Burundi, and Nyakanazi in Tanzania. In April 2014, professional immovable property valuers meeting both Rwandan and Tanzanian standards began identifying and valuing economic activities that will be affected by construction works of the regional RUSUMO Falls hydroelectric plant. The project will mostly affect communities in Kirehe on the Rwandan side and Ngala on the Tanzanian side. Properties that will be affected include residential and commercial buildings, farmland, valleys, fishing, as well as sand and clay used by brick makers.
The assets enumerated include the houses, which are movable assets. We have those involved in brick making, in sand quarry, in fishing. Those are some of the activities which were assessed and which have been given the packages. We used actually the government valuers on both Rwanda and Tanzanian side, government registered valuers. These are people who have the technical know-how and they have been registered by the respective governments to do the enumeration of assets for each PAP.
The valuation exercise of property to be affected by construction works for the regional RUSUMO Falls hydroelectric plant went down well with both Rwandans and Tanzanians.
Beneficiaries were very happy. Like the professional immovable property valuers, they believe the project has reached a good stage. All is set for the project implementation to start. Residents have welcomed the project. We have been persuaded to support the implementation of the project because it is about national development. That is why we have agreed to be expropriated from our property. For example, my family is leaving behind farms and other belongings, including buildings. We believe that we will relocate to a place that will enable us to carry on with our activities.
In December 2014, professional immovable property valuers, together with RRFHP staff and authorities from Rwanda's Kirehe district and Tanzania's Ngala district, presented to residents in both districts outcomes of the identification of families whose property will be affected by construction works for the regional RUSUMO Falls hydroelectric plant.
What is today's agenda? We are here to assess how the project valued property to be expropriated. We will meet each and every beneficiary to get their views and concerns. We came with an immovable property valuer certified by the government. He is here to listen to you. Those who want to make a decision on their valued property should do it in consultations with family members. We don't want the project to be delayed by family disputes where you may have some saying this is the first wife, this is the second wife, and the child does not belong to this family and so on. We want the project's implementation to be quick.
Property value acceptance forms were signed by a husband and his wife or their children. For associations, each member had to put their signatures on the form. That will also apply when it comes to opening bank accounts on which the expropriation fee will be deposited. This was so decided in order to avoid family conflicts, prevent wasteful use of the money, and help in quick resolutions of related conflicts. Women and men who came to verify the value given to their property thanked the project for upholding gender principles which give a husband, his wife and children equal right to the family property.
I am really happy because my husband has never caused disputes in our family. That is why we are committed to working with him to ensure that our children's rights are respected. We need also to save for tomorrow because our children will go to school, and I hope our relations will continue to be peaceful as it is today. We are very happy. We are thankful to the international organizations that you represent. You have given us hope. We have a leadership that is committed to our development, and that will impact positively on our family's well-being. As a matter of example, a husband used to get his salary and spend it as he wished, but after you realized the injustice that women were subjected to, you have restored our respect. Now we are enjoying peaceful relations with our husbands and all family members. Violence against us has decreased significantly. What I appreciate from my husband is that he informs me about whatever he does. That is true gender balance. It is about working together. He did not want to alienate me. That is why we came together.
Both Rwandans and Tanzanians who attended the verification process were satisfied with the value given to their property that is to be expropriated. Some already had plans of how they will use the money for continued progress.
We are thankful the property valuation exercise was smooth. We are satisfied. I believe that we will use the compensation money to strengthen our projects. I sell auto spare parts, so I will invest part of the money in that business and other activities that will improve my family's living conditions. We are happy that the project is going on well. I wish also to call for speed in the compensation process so that we can meet our project's time frame. We are very thankful. We welcome the project. Thank you very much. From close examination, I realized that the valuation was fair. We are satisfied. The valuation exercise really came out with a deserved value based on the facts on the ground. We have no excuse for complaints. If I get the money, I will resume my studies. I had suspended my studies because I could not afford tuition fees. The valuation exercise was fair. There was no injustice. You did your best and we really benefited. Once we get the money, we will start a new fish farming association in order to avoid wasteful spending of the money.
Regional RUSUMO Falls Hydroelectric Project has put in place resettlement committees bringing together local residents and village leaders in areas where the project will be implemented. The committees may intervene when there are disputes amidst the project implementation. If the committees can't resolve disputes at hand, to 3 other organs including the project management and district authorities. When the two can't get a solution, concerned parties can take the case to courts in their countries. Regional RUSUMO Falls Hydroelectric Project will follow up on the lives of its beneficiaries. The project, in partnership with Rwandan and Tanzanian authorities, will keep an eye on them to ensure that the money they get in expropriation is useful.
Yeah, when we give these compensation packages to the PAPs, we do not leave them. We are going to make sure that we follow them up to see if they are putting this money to effective use and productive use for the families. And we are not doing it entirely alone as a project. We are working with the district, the respective districts in Rwanda and the district in Tanzania, which is Ngara, to make sure that the districts they participate in making sure that the PAPs are followed up and they are assisted in putting this money into use. Because if the district is not involved, then they have to own, actually, they have to be part of the implementation of this project. Otherwise, if they are not involved, then we would be doing nothing as a project.
Let me tell you that the RUSUMO hydropower project is there to support the district. We don't want to see relocated families residing in unplanned settlements without the necessary infrastructure. We will work with the district to make sure that relocated families get a good residential area and farms for agricultural activities. The project will remain closer to them. We will work with district authorities to assess whether expropriated communities have been well resettled, because it means a lot to the smooth implementation of the project.
The project management team thank authorities in Rwanda, Tanzania, and citizens of the two countries for their continued partnership in the implementation of the regional RUSUMO hydroelectric project.
I would like to express my thanks. I thank the district for its support. I also thank local residents because they have been supportive from the start of the project up to now. My first intervention is about expressing thanks. My second intervention is addressed to the authority. Some of the beneficiaries want the project to be a catalyst for their development. We also hope that the electricity project will be important to residents in its neighborhood.
Hii project tunapenda ikuwe faidisha watu watakaopitiwa na hii mradi kabisa.
Once completed, the regional RUSUMO Falls hydroelectric project will generate 80 megawatt of electricity that will help Burundi, Rwanda and Tanzania to spur infrastructure development and attract more investors.